Today, you're going to learn exactly what you need to do in order to always have the advantage over the other team in Counter-Strike 2. I'm going to teach you something that pros are doing to give themselves the highest percentage chance possible in every gunfight that they're taking, and just some next level concepts that some of the newer players or even some higher level players just really aren't thinking about. And it's advice that I have received when I started playing FPL for the first time, and I want to share that with you today so that you don't have to spend thousands of hours before maybe you hear this for the first time. We're going to get into that. First, I have to give you a message about the sponsor of today's video. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright guys, so the cheat code in Counter-Strike is being able to be unpredictable. We've covered that in other videos. But one way that you can do this is by playing off angles. Now, I know I've talked about this in the past before, but I want to refresh your brain and give you some ideas and actually take this to the next level, because playing off angles doesn't just have to be by yourself. We can actually use teammates to play off angles as well, which we'll get into. But first, let's go ahead and talk about your standard off angle. Now, I'm sure on YouTube before you've seen players being like, don't hold arch from here. If you don't want to get pre-fired, hold arch from here, right? That's very obvious, but you know, pros, everyone understands that. The way we take off angles to the next level is we find spots around the map that are very unique and are going to catch people off guard truly, right? So I'll give you the first example of that here. If we want to hold this boiler angle either with a rifle or, you know, maybe even an op if we're crazy, one way you can do that, guys, is actually by jumping up here. And you know, you got to have movement better than a face at level 2, which I don't have. You can actually hold it from up here, right? Why is this so good? Because when they come to peek out a boiler here, they're not going to be ready for somebody playing up here on this balcony, right? Very simple, very easy, but this is how you catch people off. This is how you get extremely easy kills. And you'll see players doing this a lot when they're struggling, when they, you know, need an answer. They need to play a little out of the box because they're playing a very talented team or player that's just coming around here and pre-shooting, you know, like, you know, just pre-firing and killing the person before they have a chance. It's great too, because if you get blinded off this angle, you can just fall back to sight a lot easier than, you know, if you're committed up here, you're a little more exposed when that happens, right? So across the board, we are able to play these little off angles, right? These little positions where people aren't going to be ready. Here on Inferno, you can jump up here like this and play on this angle. It's so good, right? It's very nice. And you know, just playing in positions where people think that they've cleared it, but they really haven't. Like, look here on apps, this balcony angle is extremely deep, right? So you could actually play all the way back here if you wanted to. And a T coming out of apps, they might half-heartedly clear this and think it's clean, but you're still sitting all the way back here, right? So they're like, okay, it's clean, and you come out and get so many free kills. When you play Counter-Strike like this, it is so good. And when I was in FPL and I was struggling because I had to be a rifler even though I'm an opper, they told me, just play an off angle and you're always going to succeed, right? Play angles where people aren't going to be ready for it. They're not going to clear it. The best off angle is one where people are like this. They're coming out here and they're like, oh, okay, that angle's clean, moto's clean, and I'm going to come out here and clear the next one, right? We're going to clear the next angles, but look, now we have this position where we get to kill them easily. We spot their arm and it's a free frag for us, right? This is how you have to think about the angles you're playing and what you're doing, right? But you always have to be ready and able to catch them off guard. One of my favorite off angles here on Inferno is up here in Library, right? Why is this angle so good? Because we can hold this passive wrap up here and they're not going to be able to see us, and they think that Library is clear. So they're coming out here, okay, Library is clean, coming out here, and then boom, they start getting shot from us when they get to this threshold. It's so good, right? So for those of you that are beginners, these are ways that you can use off angles to your advantage. There's so many here on Inferno, but the real, you know, the real off angle, the real teamwork play is always going to be better, right? So one of my favorite things to do is to utilize off angles through boosting. So here on Inferno, I can't put a bot down, but you guys are just gonna have to imagine. My favorite thing to do is when we save one rifle, and this is a very professional play, you'll never see this at a low level. The guy on the bottom that has a pistol, like a USP or whatever he has, he just crouches here and his teammate gets on his head, and then from up here his teammate has this off angle where he sees into banana this peak, and you will always get a frag. Everyone, when they're coming around this corner, they're aiming like this, right? Nobody is aiming up here. You're literally all the way up there. So it's an easy frag, and you can use this off angle as a way to get another gun for your team. Boom, we have this gun, and now we have a better chance in the round. One of my favorite things to do too is to utilize even more shocking positions, right? It's very meta for teams to smoke up here on this half wall. Well, okay, we'll boost 2 people up here and get on this guy's head, because when they smoke this off, if you're up here, you still see over it, and you're actually very high in the air. You're literally up here. You can still see over it and get so many free frags while being accurate up there. So these are ways to utilize off angles and be able to actually surprise the opponents and get them into all in positions. The reason we use these and why they're so effective is because we're trying to catch them when they can't get back out. They swing a corner and they can't fall back because they're already committed to that fight with us, right? Unless we just completely whiff, they're done for. Now, you've got to realize, a lot of these positions that you play can be very bad by yourself, but if you play them with a teammate, they're actually brilliant, right? I'm going to use porch here as an example. You could actually boost somebody up to hold mid like this, and you might be like, dude, that is bad. Like that is such an exposed angle, right? Well, guess what? It is exposed until maybe you have your opper post like this, or you have another rifler sitting directly underneath them holding the wider angle for them. So I could just communicate with your teammates, right? Be like, okay, I'm holding mid, you need to pre-aim boiler, and if they swing the other angles, we'll fight together, right? We'll do this, we'll fight. So be able to think outside the box and understand that, yes, some of these off angles are extremely exposed, extremely dangerous positions, but when you're able to play them together as a team, they're no longer that bad, right? Another example is if you have a teammate pushed here through apps, right, up and through here, it's not bad necessarily to play this surprise position. Say you're in a 3v1 situation, you have 3 people alive, they have 1 person alive. Taking the surprise fight on the opponent is not actually that bad. It's very hard to see somebody back there when you're not pre-firing that, and you probably catch them off, right? So we're pushed through apps, we know he's about to peek lane. Great spot to be in right here, and you could even play like this. If it gets hairy, try to dip down, you might die anyways, but just play these off angles, play these positions where you're able to surprise the other team. Because if you just play standard and you just make it so that they know exactly where you're going to be, it is going to make you struggle. You're not going to succeed doing this because you're allowing them to pre-fire. In this game, guys, a lot of you know this isn't rocket science, but crosshair placement is everything. So anything that you can do to take away from the other team's crosshair placement is always going to be insane. It's always going to be good, right? It's the best thing that you can do in this game. One thing that you can do on T side, as far as kind of like an off angle boost kind of thing, is teams on their CT side are throwing the smoke down mid. Cool. What does it do? It blocks our vision off. We're screwed, right? Well, we're not screwed. Have a teammate boost you right here so that you can see over the smoke and you can catch people on top of it, right? Do these little off angle boosts, all these off angle positions, and you will farm, you will succeed. And it's something that I don't see enough players doing right now. So if you can do that, you will at least have the advantage in every fight that you're taking. You're going to surprise so many different players and just be able to, really have that shock factor in your games. If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell, leave a comment down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Right now, we're giving away a $10 CS2 skin in my Discord for everybody that has that bell icon. Whoever we pull in 3 days is going to be the winner of that. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Go ahead and check out my videos. I'm posting vids every single day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Peace out.